Couple other things people may or may not know. Some people here may have been part of this, but when Gene was active with the bus drivers, right? They also, and Evie, you may have been involved, and maybe others here, there was actually armed self-defense of at least one of the community activists' houses, right? I mean, that went on for a period of time. That's one thing people may or may not be aware of. Another is Gene was coordinator when there was the big push with the Rainbow Coalition, and Gene was the labor coordinator. I don't know if everybody here knows that. Then in '88, Gene and I, we had a four-person trade unionist delegation to the, Gaza and the West Bank, right? Which I think for both of us just really opened our eyes. I mean, you can never believe what you hear and read in the press anymore after having been there. And came back and spoke before the U.S. Trade Mission, and I was jogging his memory because he didn't realize, but on the other side of the table was Bibi Netanyahu. I mean, it was small-time stuff back then, I know.
If I would have known.
But and then one other thing is that in 1990...
When in '88 was that?
88, the trip, I think around, it was during the first Intifada, I think, yeah.
Because I was over there in May.
Yeah. And then the other thing is 1990, 91 is when Evie and Gene relocate to Washington. Gene comes to work for the Mail Handlers Union, as does Bill Fletcher. These are two of the outstanding labor activist organizers in the country. And we also get a fellow named Arthur Fox, who's the attorney for Teamsters for Democratic Union. So it was a real effort to make a move on a national scene. It didn't work out the way we wanted, not because of the people that were brought in, but because of other things. But then they stayed in D.C. and all this other wonderful work, both Gene, Bill, Evie, all this has continued. But that's just a little more fill-in of some of the pieces.